You were telling me, man, you seen that Blue Beetle, man,
Oh,
that
bruh.
brand new DC.
Yeah. Blue Beetle, bruh. Blue Beetle. Here's what I'm gonna say. Honest opinion. 100% honest opinion. I can't give nothing else but I liked it. There were some times in it, some moments in it that were like kind of like a little goony, a little goofy, but that's kind of comic book movie 101, and especially if they're not going like hardcore like Blade, where people getting stabbed and head sliced off, or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? But it was I feel like I want to see the part two. I want to grow with this character. Like, you know what I mean? Like, kind of how I want to see like at least a trilogy with my man Zolo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's a dope character, bro. I feel like honestly, just being 100, you know what I'm saying? We need more Latino superheroes, like, you know what I mean, coming out. Like, you know what I mean? Just like we need more black heroes. I love seeing this shit, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Word.
You can say I'm racist, whatever. Nah, it's not even about all that.
Racist fuck. What the fuck, man?
It's representation, bro.
Yeah,
Like
people want to be represented,
like you know what I
man.
mean? It's you gotta have that, man. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like it's about that time for like young black children and young Latino children to like see themselves as a superhero. That shit plays on people's psychology
You're
and their
right.
mind as growing up. Like, you know what I mean?
Because they
And
identify with the character. Yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that person's saving lives and he looked like me. Like, what do you
Mhm.
think what kind of effect you think that's gonna have? Like, you know what I mean? They might feel like they could save lives. Like, you know what I mean? Not the drug dealer that Spider-Man shoots onto the wall like all the time. Like, come on, bro. Like, how many times we gotta be that? But
Yeah.
it's gotten a lot better and it's pretty dope. You know, I like it, but aside from the politic aspect of it, like I said, I feel like it's a dope film that needs to grow. Like, I mean, the first one was cool. The action scenes was awesome, bro. The action was ridiculously dope.
Yeah. I
Like,
mean, from the
like,
trailer, it does look like it has some cool action.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
scene, bro, the Blue Beetle get off, like he get off, bro.
But
Like,
wasn't isn't one of the Blue Beetle characters black though in the comics? Because I remember playing, I think Injustice or some shit, and I think it was a black dude that played one of the Blue Beetles. I guess there's different versions of him or something. I'm not that familiar with the
yeah,
character.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like,
Mm.
I don't follow the Blue Beetle like 100. Like, you know what I mean? I may
Yeah,
have read like one or two comics, and then seen it on the rest of it, seen it on like a DC film or like
yeah,
not, but like the animated stuff that they have.
yeah.
You know what I
Video game
mean? Because
stuff.
yeah, that's kind of how some of the newer characters like I don't pay attention as much. But then like the old Blue Beetle, like I think the Blue Beetle dates back like 1940s, 50s, or something like that. But if you look
Damn.
it up, like it's like a white dude or something like that with
Mm.
a just a regular ass costume on. It's not even like a metallic alien metal like he's got. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind
Yeah.
of just a regular ass costume. Like, I don't even know what his powers are, if he has any yet. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So yeah, so that's kind of the gist of it. Like, you know what I mean, the past on that character. I'm not quite sure of, but yeah, this one, like I said, it's very, very dope, bro. Something to build on. Like, you know what I mean? George Lopez is hilarious as usual. Like, you know what I mean? His one line
Yeah, that's
comedy
crazy.
as
He's
hell.
in there.
Yeah, and
I,
I'm glad they didn't have him just fly by. Like, you know what I mean? Kind of like, oh, George Lopez is in it. He says a
yeah,
couple.
cameo.
Yeah, it's kind of like, all right, that's the end of you,
Be like,
George.
hola. It just
You
goes
know what
off.
I'm saying?
Like, what
It's
the
like,
fuck?
what? Like, no, he was in there. He was in there.
Oh, okay.
That
That's
was
cool.
dope. I like that.
That's awesome. I mean, yeah, I mean, as a Latino person myself, you know what I'm saying? It is cool to see representation. And I've heard from other Latinos that seen the movie that it seems to be pretty legit in terms of like the slang that they use in Spanish and food or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like the customs or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's cool. But to me, as far as the action and the superhero itself, to me, it kind of looks like it reminds me of like if you have Spider-Man and then Iron Man together a little bit, and then mix it with a little bit of alien tech kind of thing. And then you mash those elements together, and that's you get Blue Beetle.
That
That's
you
what I
pretty
get
much
from it.
spot on. You pretty much
Oh,
spot on, bro.
yeah.
Like, not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, on some terms, it seems like things I've already seen. That's why I wasn't all that like. It looks cool though. It looks like a fun movie. I'm not gonna lie. But as far as the superhero stuff, it just looks like things I've already seen done. You know what I'm saying in other movies. I'm still willing to give it a chance though. Like I do want to catch it and see what it's like.
Yeah, well, and see, that's the thing. Like, and I believe that was talked about too, is the fact that, people are getting superhero fatigue,
Yeah,
and
superhero fatigue,
so that's
exactly.
just a rough time to come with a character that you want people to pay attention to, because it's like people are going through superhero fatigue. There's a lot of superhero movies, a lot of them,
Yeah.
and you already got people kind of with a bad taste in their mouth about DC superhero films. Like, they get a little, it's a thing
The
now.
Flash.
Uh, yeah, it's the thing. So,
Yeah.
it's kind of like, I can get why some people wouldn't rush to go see it, but at the same time, I feel like it's new enough and cutting edge enough to give this one a try, and cutting edge enough, new enough, dope enough to run it back, do a second one. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the very least.